Rolling on to hour number 3. You're hanging with the end of the bench on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Choice Woodman, Jeff Haxton here in the First United Bank studio. You got a treat now. Rodney Allison. I think that's the first time you've ever been on this show. I mean, you've been on the stations plenty of times.
I've been on here on a lot of shows. I haven't been on this one. I appreciate you asking me.
Oh, man. We're thrilled to have you. Now, we're not as highbrow as those fellas you usually hang out with on Saturday morning, so you're gonna have to deal with this here. But you're one of the most humble people I've ever met, so it's gonna be hard getting you to talk about you too much. But how was it getting that Heritage Award the other night at the Hall of Fame banquet? I think they surprised you pretty good, didn't they?
No, I had no idea, but I think once you get older and you're getting ready to leave, they figure out awards to give you or something. But it was neat. I really appreciate Texas Tech and what Texas Tech has done for me. It's you don't realize it at the time what the school and what the education and all the experiences and all that stuff do for you from a life lessons learning deal, but. I ended up doing what any success I ever had, it's nearly directly related to Texas Tech. And I always wanted to come back and, coach for a long, long time and always wanted to come back and give something back to Tech. And hopefully in a small way, we were able to do that.
I think it's much more than a small way. If y'all didn't know, Rodney is going to move off to Hawaii.
Maui.
That's pretty cool. Yep. Hawaii to ride off in the sunset that way, but you got family there, so
we've got a son and a grandson and a daughter-in-law over there, and hopefully they'll have another one at some point. And we're just going to go over there and live and be a part of that.
How did they come through all the mess with the Lahaina?
It was a tough deal for everybody over there. I mean, our property is about 40 minutes from where the actual fire happened in Lahaina, but
which way? Because we just came from there in November.
Well, y'all were right over there by where the fire was in Lahaina. Because didn't they play the basketball games in Lahaina? Yeah.
Yes.
And
that gym, it's just up the hill from Lahaina proper. So you could look down and see the town and then, of course, the ocean. So that's why I was kind of wondering, is it back around towards?
It'd be back east and south.
Okay. So on your way from the airport to Lahaina.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we were a good ways, but everybody was affected by that fire on that island. I mean, it was just a total disaster.
Horrible.
Yeah,
horrible. Did that dissuade you, or did you just keep going?
No, I tell you what we did. It's, we've been committed to doing this for so long that that never deterred us. We jumped right into the help the people mode. Mm-hmm. My son was over there, and pretty much everybody on the island went into automatic help mode with that situation. So me and my son raised about $100,000 and directly helped the people with. And a lot of people in Lubbock, we raised about $50,000 here in Lubbock.
Wow!
And it went directly to those families and the people that needed them. And but it's a lot better situation over there. But that's going to take probably decades for it to get back to
that we go through life and we have so many things that you remember where you were when you heard about it happening, and that'll be one for me. It's the 9/11s for Okies. It's 1995 with the Oklahoma City bombing, and then I was sitting right here with Choice when I reported that hey, where we were in November is on fire, and not just a little grass fire. I mean, like on fire. So that's one of those things that, like you said, just decades and decades, and I'm glad it didn't deter your plans, because that was a life ender and a life changer for so many people.
Yeah. No, it was a disaster. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go over there in the first 3 months. I'm going to pretty much be a part of some fundraising stuff, a golf tournament, and do some different things. The school in Lahaina, the elementary school, got burnt down.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try to raise some money and rebuild that school.
Wow. How'd your boy get over there?
He went over there with a doctor. He's a medical device guy. Uh-huh. And he went over there and with this doctor and struggled like crazy and didn't know if it was going to work. It was a tough situation. And after about a year, they got it rolling, and now he's doing really, really good. They do surgeries a couple days a week. And then during the pandemic, they weren't doing elective surgeries, so he got his real estate license. Now he makes more on real estate than he does in the medical device sales. So
Wow.
he's doing fairly good, and I'm going to go over there. And eventually what I'm going to do, I'm going to be a marshal at a golf course in Wailea. And so
That's cool.
That's what I'm going to
Heck
do.
yeah, man.
That's the dream
That
when you
is
retire,
great.
right?
Well, you know, the general manager at the Ross course, Bammer Flippo,
Yeah.
he's got one of his very good friends is the general manager at Wailea Blue. So I've already met him. And
I got a
so,
hookup at Wailea.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, Wailea.
That's amazing.
I have to be there in a couple of years.
Wailea
so.
Blue's a golf course over there that you can see the water from
yeah.
like 16 holes.
It's amazing.
It's amazing
Yeah.
golf course. Besides Kapalua up there where they play the
Yeah.
PGA, the Wailea area is the best place for
Yeah,
golf.
I think I played the Gold Course
Yeah.
when I was there last time. But so, I mean, you have been associated with Texas Tech forever. You ventured off for a little while
Yeah.
and spent some time coaching. But at Texas Tech, are the best memories still your playing days, or you have?
Well, it sure wasn't my coaching days because Choice may, you know a lot about the history of Tech, but during the period I was coaching here was probably the worst era of Texas Tech football. Probably the number one worst era.
You should read our chat line. You would think it's right now.
No, hey,
Read the message boards.
Yeah.
And you'll think it's right now.
no.
I
This was an era when Jerry Moore was the head coach, and it was really bad. And I was a young coach. I was, stupid and not, it wasn't a very good situation. But anyway, I left Tech and went to Duke with Steve Sloan, and so that's where I met Tommy Bowden. And but being at Tech was a great experience, and I loved it here, loved playing here, and we were pretty good when I played.
What was the favorite game, favorite win for you as a player?
Probably the win over Texas in '76.
Yeah.
That was when they had Darrell Royal, Earl Campbell, and we were really, really good. And they weren't great, but they were still pretty good. And the next year, I think Earl Campbell won the Heisman in '77. I think I may be wrong about that, but I think in that game in '76 we beat them 31-28, and that's the historic picture of Billy Taylor going over the top, which was probably the number one football picture in Tech history until the Crabtree.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but probably the Texas win and everything surrounding it with Darrell Royal and that whole deal. And
that would be an interesting top 5 to do. Top 5 Tech football pictures, because you got to have obviously the Crabtree, and then you got Welker down the sideline at A&M, and then the one you're talking about. You could get to 5 real quick, I know, but those are historic ones.
Yeah, and we were a part of that, and that makes me feel good that I was was a part of Texas Tech history.
No question. You got time to hang for another segment with us? Okay, good. We'll keep Rodney here. If you've got any questions, y'all can put those in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line as we say farewell to a legend.
I appreciate that.
Texas Tech legend, Rodney Allison. Y'all can bring those in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We're hanging with you till noon. You're listening to The End of the Bench right here on 100.7 The Score.
Giving you more than just the score. 100.7 The Score.
With your Double T Network Sports Center, I'm Choice Woodman. The Houston Astros put a win on the board last night as they took down the Rangers 8-5 in Game 3 of the ALCS. However, it was a big night for former Texas Tech baseball player Josh Young, who had 2 home runs and 4 RBI in the game.
Young drives one into deep center field. Dubon going back. He looks up. It's gone! Second home run of the evening for Josh Young. He once again brings the Rangers back off the canvas, makes it a ball game. It's 7-4.
The two teams battle again in Game 4 with Texas leading the series 2-1. First pitch tonight is at 7:03. You'll be able to hear the Astros broadcast beginning at 6:30 on 100.7 The Score, and the Rangers will be at 7 o'clock on Double T 97.3. Texas Tech football is getting ready for its first ever trip to Provo, Utah to take on BYU this weekend, and you can hear the head coach talk about it with Red Raider football with Joey McGuire tonight. That'll get started at 6 o'clock on Double T 97.3. Incoming Texas Tech Lady Raider basketball newcomer Jordan Merritt has been named to the 2024 Cheryl Miller Small Forward of the Year watch list. Merritt is transferring in from Florida and is one of 20 players in the country on the preseason watch list. The Lady Raiders officially tipped the season off on November 7th against UT Rio Grande Valley. I'm Choice Woodman for the Double T Sports Network.
In this year's Parade of Homes, Yates Flooring Center provided flooring and materials in 13 of the 17 featured homes. Wood, tile, luxury vinyl, carpet, kitchens, baths, whatever the room, whatever the style, when builders want to showcase their very best, they choose Yates Flooring Center. Shouldn't you? We're proud to be members of the West Texas Home Builders Association for more than 40 years running. This is Yates Flooring Center.
Calling all Red Raiders, D&K Hunt Electric is looking to expand their team to work on their premier projects in Lubbock and the surrounding market. D&K Hunt Electric offers the best working environment, competitive pay, profit sharing, and the potential for growth opportunities too. Red Raiders know that when looking for a new career, you look to the folks that support our local community. Call D&K Hunt Electric at 806-866-9911 to learn more today. D&K Hunt Electric, prices that won't shock you.
There's nothing quite like game day, and Reliant is proud to root for the Red Raiders. We're more than an electricity provider. Reliant is also a proud partner of Texas Tech Athletics, supporting the athletes and fans. Together, you make game day a great day, filled with so much good energy, we couldn't help but add a little more. Reliant, that's power your way. Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
You're invited to attend a symposium on addiction, highlighting prevention, treatment, and recovery. Introducing Source to Solution, Wednesday, October 25th at the Lubbock Memorial Civic Center at 8:15 a.m. This event is free and open to anyone interested in creating community change across the Panhandle and South Plains of West Texas. The Source to Solution Conference aims to bring together substance use treatment, prevention, recovery providers, and community members. Register today at PRC1.org. That's PRC1.
100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Choice Woodman, Jeff Haxton here in the First United Bank studio, as is Rodney Allison. Rodney joining us today before he ventures off on Tuesday. So, you nervous at all? I mean, you got the moves are kind of a big one.
I'm a flying nervous.
Oh, you're a flying nervous.
I'm a drinking flyer. I mean,
like packing.
Oh yeah,
like sneaking your own in, or you just
he's moving to Hawaii. He can get himself a cocktail.
No, I prep for my flight.
Oh, okay. He pregame.
No, I'm talking about prep. No, this might include a prescription.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad. Hey, we're simpatico on that, brother.
I'm not.
We are on the same lines.
I'm a claustrophobia type person.
So back in the coaching days, how often did y'all fly to games? Was it still everything?
We did, but it's weird. This didn't happen to me till 8 or 10 years ago.
Okay.
And it just hit me because I was flying out here to come to take a job at Texas Tech, a one-way flight, and my wife drops me off at the Birmingham, Alabama airport, and I get on the plane, and they're giving the last orders or whatever. I get off the plane. I had whatever you call it.
A panic attack, yeah.
And so I call a doctor, and he calls me in some Valium or Xanax or something. And I took it and had a couple beers and got back on the plane.
It's amazing you say that because back in the Beard days, we took these tiny little airplanes.
No chance for me.
Okay, so Chris Level is basically sitting in my lap. We sat side by side, and we're both huge. Yeah, I mean, he's tall and I'm wide. So he's sitting in my lap, and I start freaking out. So I go to the front. There's no staircase. I'm thinking about jumping off the plane and landing on the tarmac. Don't care if I break anything. I just got to get out of there.
I know exactly.
Holy cow, I can't believe I run into somebody else that's just like me.
So there's some prep involved in my flying.
So you're already mentally preparing for.
And that was on a flight to Kansas City. I'll never.
In a while. I mean, that speech that was on the internet about you wearing the double T. I don't think I've ever seen you without a double T on your body.
I don't have anything that doesn't have a double T. I really don't.
That's awesome.
And I've always been proud to wear it, and that's kind of been my deal since I've been here, and the white hat and the double T. And I think what I told the team that day, I meant it. That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
Well, hey, this is so hard to do with like getting your crystal ball out and everything. But like, what do you see the future landscape looking like? One reason it's so hard is 4 came in this year, 2 are departing next year, 4 more are coming in this year. But this place has moved so much, even in the last 10 years. And I've been here 8 years, just 8. So much has happened since I've been here. But what do you see like the future? Kind of get your crystal ball out and like, what do you see for this this institution athletically?
I relate a lot to our situation, a lot to the Oklahoma State situation with T. Boone Pickens. I really do, because the way it looks to me that there's going to be enough money poured into this program that it's going to be hard at some point not to be successful.
Yeah.
Cody Campbell's not going to allow this not to be successful. And T. Boone was not going to allow, then you know as well as
Still
anybody
doing it from the grave.
Yeah. And that period with T. Boone started Oklahoma State's basically success that they have had. And I've heard y'all comment before, we'd all take that success.
Sure.
And,
I mean,
and I think it's going to happen, and I think this facility and what they're doing with the Matador Club, I think it's eventually going to pay off.
I do too.
I really do.
Yeah. And they've been on the front lines of NIL, and not everybody has. But Texas Tech University embraced it, didn't shy away from it
from day one.
Day one, and that's been that. And we might not be seeing that and celebrating that at this moment, but that embracing of that movement and that new thing will pay off.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, and I think Cody and Womble and those people have got a lot to do with it, and as long as they stay on board, which it looks like they will, I think success is on the way.
Yeah,
I just believe it.
Regardless of how you feel about NIL, because there's all mixed feelings, you have to play by the rules that are there, and Texas Tech's done a good job. Of that.
Kirby and Cody and all those people you got to give them credit for embracing what it was and figuring out a way to make it happen. And I'll tell you, a girl that nobody gives a lot of credit to is Amy Hurd.
Yeah.
She was the one that was originally given the responsibility to deal with a lot of that, and she's done a great job.
And now baseball has a little collective going on, and not every baseball, even big time baseball.
Well, Hatch, you've seen it way better than me. Is we're not going to beat LSU. We're not going to beat these people unless we get some players in here that make a difference. That LSU's getting and Arkansas's getting, and these great programs are getting. And I mean, we're a great program, but. And I always tell people this, and people at Tech may not like this, but if Coach Tadlock would just have been a little bit meaner. Beardish type guy, he'd have a freaking new stadium.
Yeah,
but
force his way around like
he deserves.
Well, yeah, you nailed it, Rodney, exactly, because Beard was a bulldozer and a bully.
You know it well.
He was a bulldozer and a bulldozer and a bully. Did I get it right?
You got it.
Yeah, and he was,
and he was going to get whatever he wanted, and whether you liked it or not.
Yeah.
Coach Tadlock doesn't operate that way.
No, and he's got so much more class than Coach Beard's got, and didn't say that about Coach Tadlock to be mean, but
I don't think anybody took
that dude deserves to have a stadium.
He does. He does.
But anyway, they're making progress with the new facility. It's a great deal, but I just hope one day he gets a stadium and we'll find us a Dusty or a Cody to do that.
Viva 73 says, Rodney, you'll be missed in Lubbock, Texas, and Texas Tech. I've been a fan of yours since you first came to Texas Tech as a freshman. Good luck to you, and may God bless you.
Thank you, brother.
That was from Viva 73. So you're going to have to adjust to the time difference out there.
Let me tell you
5 hours off?
Yes, 5 back, 5 behind us. The first time we went over there, I'd been over there 3 or 4 days. Didn't even know what day it was, I don't think.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and it was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and Carrie Underwood comes on the TV singing
Waiting all day for Sunday night.
Yeah. I'm going, what
what's going on?
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And you're like my time.
Yeah, but I learned to adjust because, you got to get up about 6 to watch.
Yeah, that's what I was going
to watch the game.
That's what I was wondering. Are you an early riser or a night owl? No, okay, so you won't mind the early 11 a.m. our time kickoffs for college
Breakfast
football.
Kickoff.
No, it probably won't be too bad when you got these Arizona and Arizona State teams in next year, and you get the late night kickoffs.
It'll be perfect. It'll be 6 o'clock
for you.
You'll be rolling off the golf course.
It'll be 4 or 5 o'clock.
That's right.
No, that takes a little adjustment.
So you missed the people. What you missed the most.
Tech. I love Texas Tech, and the people here and have helped me to do some things here at Tech that I thought needed to be done as far as our letterman was concerned. And I've told this story 100 times. I left Texas Tech in 1982 coaching and never heard from Texas Tech for 35 years. And so I knew if that was happening to me, it was happening to everybody in all sports. And we've tried really hard to be inclusive and not just be a good old boys football club, but to really reach out to every former athlete that put the jersey on at Texas Tech. And I just think that's important regardless of whatever sport they played. Those former athletes in every sport made the same commitment as football, basketball, and baseball, and they deserve to be recognized as well.
Well, Rodney, you are Texas Tech. I mean, I know I speak for a ton of people.
Love you.
We're going to miss you, man.
Well, I appreciate y'all a lot. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you and everything you've done. Varsity Club, reconnecting those athletes. Of course, your time as a quarterback. Someone says Rodney was my quarterback in the 70s, and he's my quarterback now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you exude Texas Tech, and we appreciate you, man.
Well, thank y'all, and good luck to you. Go win a national championship, Hacks.
We're going to.
Basketball.
We expect to see you back
and
here.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the biggest baseball fan. I love college baseball.
Well,
thank y'all.
Appreciate you, Rodney. That's Rodney Allison right here in the First United Bank studio. You're listening to The End of the Bench on 100.7 The Score.
Texas Tech head men's basketball coach Grant McCaslin talks tempo next on the Red Raider Daily Update.
Red Raider fans, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance wants